It is truly staggering, all of the features and content that was stripped out of Cyberpunk 2077 prior to release. Let's talk about it. Alrighty guys, sharing my screen over here. This article came out yesterday, and it's basically bringing to light that Reddit is booming right now with a post about how there was a shooting range in your hideout where you could test out different weapons, abilities, attachments on your guns before you go out there and waste ammunition or have to get into an actual firefight with these weapons. And that basically just sparked a whole bunch of add-on comments about all the content and features that were stripped from the game prior to release, which is absolutely astronomical. Early in development, they were talking about vehicle customization. There's absolutely zero vehicle customization. Obviously, when you hijack a vehicle or you find a vehicle out there in Night City, a lot of times it'll have a different body kit or different attachments on it that vary from model to model. However, you can't take it into a shop and customize it yourself or anything like that. For example, the game had wall running at one point. Why is that not in here? That would be freaking awesome. That would add to the mobility in firefights. That would add a whole nother layer of verticality, being able to wall run and just like get up to high ground. Why is that gone? Meanwhile, it looks like there was going to be a shooting range in the game as well at some point. Over on Reddit, one player recently highlighted how strange and disappointing it is that the shooting range in the game is used for one mission, and that is it. Since it was posted, the video shot to the top of the game's Reddit page and ignited frustration of many. It's ridiculous that the range at home is inaccessible, except for that one mission. Literally no effing reason, reads the top comment. It's staggering that the amount of stuff removed from the game is so visible, adds to the second comment. And that being said, even if not the product of cut content, players are nonetheless disappointed with the implementation and realization of the final product of the game. And that is definitely the consensus here, and that's due to a couple things. First of all, the game built up an unrealistic hype, an unrealistically high expectation to where it was never going to live up to that, even if it launched and it was a masterpiece, the most beautiful game ever. Zero bugs, zero glitches, stunning graphics, super immersive world, fantastic vehicles, great shooting mechanism, great shooting system, full vehicle customization, full weapon customization, a deeper character builder. It still wouldn't have lived up to the hype that it built up. All these diehard Witcher 3 fans and CD Projekt Red fans, and how long the game was in development with all these little teaser trailers that got people literally lactating at the gamer nipples, drooling saliva down their chest, down to their giblets, just in the mere thought of getting their hands on a mouse or controller to play this game. And then it comes out, and these gamers are flaccid. It's not even a core chub. They're kind of flaccid, especially if they're playing this. If these poor bastards are playing this thing on console, PS4 or Xbox One, it's virtually unplayable. I've covered this in the past. I'm not going to get too much into it, but I'll cover the main points real quick. The game generally runs at about 28 frames per second at max. It will dip down into the teens, the mid-teens in certain firefights, basically making the shooting unplayable. I mean, you guys know how important a frame rate is when you're playing a first-person shooter. Granted, the game's an open-world RPG, but still, it still has first-person shooting aspects, and when you get into a firefight on PS4, and it looks like the characters are under a strobe light at a disco, skipping around, you can't hit shit. It's ridiculous. And they stripped out so many features that would have been awesome. And the sad thing is, these are features that were already in development, so they already had laid some of the foundation, the groundwork to have them in the game. For example, the shooting range is in one of the missions in the story. Why is it not unlocked constantly? Or maybe it's an upgrade you have to purchase for your hideout, but then you have the shooting range, you know what I mean? Where you can test out your weapons. That seems really obvious and cool. Vehicle customization, I mean, Saints Row and GTA can do it. Why can't CD Projekt Red put vehicle customization in their open world game? I don't know. It's beyond me. At its core, though, I do still like the game. I do still think the game's enjoyable. I do think it has a lot of redeeming factors. I think the story is pretty good, the storytelling. I think the voice acting's good. I think the design of Night City is quite beautiful, especially if you're playing on PC, where you're able to crank up settings, turn things on like ray tracing, and not experience a frame rate sub 60. Plus, I will say the game was playable at launch on PC. I did stream about 16 hours on Facebook Gaming and Twitch, and I experienced some cosmetic bugs, NPCs walking into each other, clipping, textures popping in off in the distance, some items, objects in the environment that had really weird gravity settings where they were like bouncing around and stuff like that, but nothing like Game breaking, nothing crashed, nothing caused me to stop progression except for one where I had to kill a mini boss inside of an elevator and I'm laying mags into this guy. I'm literally dumping loads into him. That did not sound good. I'm pumping rounds into him, so to speak, and they wouldn't register. He was clipping in and out, like you'd see him flashing on the screen. I had to restart from checkpoint, but luckily it was an autosave like 2 minutes prior, so it didn't really take me out of the immersion too much, but still, it's not really acceptable. And it's just blatantly shitty how many features were taken out of this game, to be 110% honest. And yeah. Drop in the comment section below your guys' opinion on all the features that were stripped out of this game. What do you think they should have added? What do you think should have been in the game? Vehicle customization, shooting range, wall running maybe? I know it was kind of a doom and gloom bummer of a topic, but if you enjoyed the video, slapping a like, a thumbs up on here helps the video to get seen by more people, which in turn helps me to grow my little channel, which I greatly appreciate. Subscribe for more content like this. I cover a lot of news in the gaming community and industry, as well as tutorials helping you get set up, streaming, and YouTubing. And I'll see you guys in the next one. A peace.